I was recently contacted on behalf of EPOS to try out their brand new streaming microphone, the B20. It's billed as a microphone of excellent quality, boasting such features as hot swappable pickup patterns, a Sterling USB-C connection, and several dials in the microphone itself that each control a different setting for ease of access. I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to try this product out, and I'll be breaking down my likes and dislikes, so thank you to EPOS for sending this out to me. Firstly, the packaging. I absolutely love the style of the box, the magnetic closure, and the way everything is stored. Clearly no expense is spared in making sure this product is protected, delivered, and presented in a quality fashion. The microphone comes with its own solid ring stand as well as a 10-foot USB-C cable. The connection being USB-C is a massive plus for me, as it is sturdier and more powerful than a micro USB connection, which lets me know I won't have to be frequently replacing cables if I ever want to use this mic portably, which I do. The length of the cable itself also makes it that much easier to configure around any streaming setup. Assembly of the microphone stand is very simple. Just use the provided screw to mount the arm to the base. I'm even using just a coin to tighten and make sure we're very secure, and you're good to go. Now that we're all securely assembled, let's take a look at each knob and button on the microphone. Starting on the bottom of the mic, we can see that beyond the USB port, there's also a 1/8 of an inch headphone jack. This, along with the EPOS Gaming Suite companion software that I'll be exploring later, allows you to hear your own voice in real time as you speak into the mic, allowing you to monitor things like your volume and any potential ambient noise. On the front of the mic, we've got a handy mute button, which is accompanied by an LED that turns red or white to indicate it muted or unmuted respectively. Nice, simple visual indication, I dig it. The knob underneath is a volume knob, which controls the volume of your headphones if you're plugged into the mic monitoring your voice. On the back side of the mic, we have a gain knob, which allows you to boost the volume of whatever sound the microphone is receiving. Simply put, it makes everything louder. This bottom knob is one of my favorite features. It allows you to swap between various types of pickup patterns. You have 4 choices. Bidirectional, which means the mic will be more sensitive from either side, but less sensitive from the front and the back. Cardioid, which favors sound coming in from the direct front of the microphone while dampening noise directly behind it. Omnidirectional, which means the mic will pick up sound equally from every direction, and stereo, which will attempt to treat left and right sound sources as separate entities. For those streamers who are new to microphones, cardioid is usually the setting you'll want, as it provides the best dampening for things like keyboard and mouse clicks as well as computer noise. The overall design of the B20 is very sleek and very classy. I love the matte black finish and the shape is very appealing. The ring stand is nice and solid and well balanced, and I love the little notch at the back of the base that allows for easier cable management. It's a very nice touch. A small note about the mic body itself, it would be nice to have a little indicator somewhere on the body denoting the front and or back of the microphone, just to aid with ease of use ever so slightly. I was a little bit confused when I first took it out of the box and realized what direction I should be speaking into the microphone from. Now we move on to the companion software, the EPOS Gaming Suite. This can help you tweak various settings on the microphone and lets you dive a little deeper into really fine-tuning some things like noise cancellation and frequency adjustments. As we see the settings here, gain does the same thing as the gain knob on the microphone. Turning it up makes everything louder, including background noise, so be careful when adding gain. The side tone setting changes the amount of monitoring you will hear through your microphone, allowing you to hear your own voice back instantly to monitor things like your voice volume or ambient noise volume. Noise gate allows you to set a minimum volume that the microphone will pick up. This is handy for blocking out background noise when you aren't speaking. And finally, noise cancellation. This setting at the moment can only be adjusted to values of 50 and 100, but they can be useful. They do tend to have a negative effect on voice quality as well, so use them with caution. But the record and playback functionality built into the software means you can test all these features inside the application, which is a nice touch. The voice enhancer simply allows for finer tuning of specific frequencies. If you want to boost the bass in your voice, try pushing up the left notes. If you want more treble, try the right notes. While I think the companion software is beneficial for a first-time user, and if they're willing to experiment with it, they can definitely learn a few things about the recording environment, their own voice, and balancing audio levels. I think for a streamer, and a more seasoned streamer especially, most of the features that are in this program are also available in streaming software like OBS, as well as recording software like Audacity, both of which also boast more features such as compression, sidechaining, and limiting, and generally have a higher degree of fidelity inside the applications. I do know that EPOS is going to continue to update the gaming suite. The side tone setting is a recent addition, but as it stands right now, I don't think it's a must-have feature. I don't like how the microphone has to be set as both the system default input and output for you to begin tweaking any of the input settings. It'd be nice to see that change to only have to be the default input device if you wanted to tweak the input settings and output, respectively. As a little side note here for any streamers who are streaming directly from their console and want a better alternative to a headset microphone, the B20 is currently compatible with the PlayStation 4. EPOS is working to develop a firmware update that will enable compatibility with the PlayStation 5 as well, but there's no official timeline for the release on that update yet. But you can follow them on Twitter at EPOS Audio Gaming to stay up to date with that. So what are my first impression of EPOS's B20? I love the build quality and the look of the microphone. I think the pickup pattern switching is a really great feature and allows the mic to be very versatile right out of the extremely well packaged box. While I could take or leave the companion software as I find it a bit redundant for most streamers, it's still a nice easy entry into some of the finer details of audio quality for a new user. The sound quality overall coming from the microphone is a very nice, natural sound with great frequency response. It's a relatively expensive microphone at a price point of about $200 US, but for a streamer looking to take their audio quality to the next level, the B20 is a wonderful candidate and a very much a worthy investment. It's also worth noting that this is EPOS' first microphone being brought to market, which makes the quality of the product all the more impressive, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this company. Again, I just want to say a big thank you to EPOS for sending me this microphone. I really appreciate the opportunity to review a fantastic product. I've put a link in the description to the B20's product page on EPOS' website, so be sure to check that out. Thank you all for watching the review. I'm going to take this time to have a little bonus happy hour with any streamers who want a few tips and tricks for their audio setup, so let's get into them. Starting with the physical setup itself, I would highly recommend picking up a pop filter, as they're just good to have. It limits not only those pesky P and B sounds, but also some of the harsher S sibilant sounds. I'd also recommend picking up a cheap boom arm for the microphone, as it makes your setup more configurable than the ring stand that comes with the B20, and it makes the pop filter easier to position. Keep an eye out for the thread size, as boom stands will generally come with either a 3/8 of an inch thread or a 5/8 of an inch thread to mount the mic, and the B20 will only fit a 3/8 of an inch. Or there's plenty of cheap stands that come with an adapter that allow you to fit either, which is always a solid choice. As for the microphone positioning, EPOS does say that setting the gain to 50% and positioning the microphone 6 to 8 inches or 15 to 20 centimeters away from your mouth will provide the best sound. And from my testing, I have to agree. A boom arm will help with this. For sound quality, USB microphones generally will have a bit more electrical noise in the circuit than an XLR microphone, which usually manifests as like a hissing, whirring, or a buzzing noise. Most of us don't have fully soundproof environments, so if you find that your room noise is distracting or too prevalent in your recordings or during your streams, using noise suppression filters is a quick and easy way to combat that. In OBS, setting up a noise suppression filter is a very simple procedure. Simply find your mic input in your mixer, for me it's mic/aux3, click the gear, and then filters. From there, we're going to add a filter and select noise suppression. You'll have a couple of options, test them out and see which one works best for you. You can try some test recordings with each setting and compare them. I usually opt for the RN noise, as it's the best quality and my CPU can handle it, but find out what works for you. In a program like Audacity, you can treat recordings with noise suppression as well. Firstly, select a part of your track where there is only electrical or room noise. Then go to the effect dropdown and select noise reduction. You'll see step 1 with the button marked Get Noise Profile. Clicking that will allow Audacity to listen to your highlighted section of audio and learn it as the type of noise it's going to reduce. After that, simply select your whole track with Ctrl-A and go back to the effect dropdown, select noise reduction again, and you can adjust these 3 settings and preview them before you tell Audacity to apply them to your whole track. I've used this a few times and never really needed to adjust any of these settings, but your recording environment might differ from mine, so feel free to experiment. Thanks again for watching this review. I hope the tips helped you out. See you folks next time.